It's time for the Southern Scene, and we've got you covered. A special treat today. We're on location in Fort Wentworth at Dunkin Donuts, gearing up for this year's St. Patrick's Day celebrations with green donuts and green drinks. So get ready. The Southern Scene starts now.
Arts, entertainment, food, fashion, and fun. Now here's Natalie Hendricks with the Southern Scene.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Southern Scene. I'm WSAV's Natalie Hendricks. Well, you know, it's that time of year again. St. Patrick's Day celebrations are in full swing. They say everyone's a little Irish on St. Patrick's Day, and the folks at Dunkin Donuts agree. We're at the Fort Wentworth location today, and I'll tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a leprechaun ordering these delicious donuts. But don't let the name Dunkin Donuts fool you. They're known for a lot more. When you think of Dunkin Donuts, you probably think of, well, donuts. But if you're a Dunkin fan, you know that's not all they offer. These days, you can get breakfast burritos, bagels, sandwiches, coffee, and specialty drinks. But Dunkin Donuts is so much more than just delicious food. They're committed to giving back to our communities. That's why they're WSAV's sponsor for our 2016 St. Patrick's Day coverage.
Really just want to be a part of the community, and we felt like St. Patrick's Day was something fun and interesting to do in Savannah, because we heard, the moment we got here, we heard St. Patrick's Day, so we really want to do something special before St. Patrick's Day.
And Dunkin Donuts' commitment goes far beyond just St. Patrick's Day.
One of the main things we do every year, we take donations to go to the Dunkin Donuts and Baskin-Robbins Community Foundation, and it's mainly for kids for healthcare and food. So it's kind of a stay healthy and fit kind of deal.
All funds collected stay right here. So when you stop by your local Dunkin Donuts for a treat and make a contribution, you know your money is going to help those in your community who need it most.
Last year, as a matter of fact, the Dunkin Donuts as a whole raised over $1 million for local communities.
The menu may be massive at Dunkin Donuts, but they're always adding to it. And some of the newest items sound too good to be true, like the strawberry shortcake croissant donut.
It is a mixture of a croissant and donut, and we glaze it and fill it with strawberry flavored buttercream.
And believe it or not, there's even more good news. Soon there will be a Dunkin Donuts near you. There are new locations in the works.
They're going to be all standalone stores with a drive-through. One is going to be off of 516 where it turns into Duren, and the other one is going to be at the corner of Chatham Parkway and Ogeechee Road. We noticed that people love Dunkin Donuts, and we love people, so we try to put them everywhere so it gets easier access for everybody.
Don't go away. Coming up next on the Southern Scene, we're cooking up St. Patrick's Day dishes in my kitchen with Vera Stewart, host of The Very Vera Show. If you have an Irish party planned, let us help you with the menu. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Southern Scene on WSAV and MyLC. Well, as you can see, we're back in my kitchen with one of my favorite people, Vera Stewart of The Very Vera Show. Hey, Vera, how are you?
I'm so glad to be here, and this is celebration time, right?
Celebration time because, you know, in this area, Savannah, the Coastal Empire, Low Country, everything turns into all about green, celebrating the Irish and all that. But, you know, something that I always wonder about, there are loads of parties, loads of events for such a long time span because it goes from celebrating the Irish right into spring. How do you do something at events and parties to bring that Irish spirit but bring the coastal feel all along with it in the kitchen for your guests?
The coastal feel is certainly my favorite. You know, easily you start talking about seafood and everybody's on board. The hardest part is the green part when it comes to food, because there's either something seriously wrong, right, or you're thinking, why is that green?
Why is that green?
You know, if it's a dish that you're planning to serve and there's a little green tint going, you're not.
You might not be so lucky.
You might not be so lucky.
You might not be so lucky.
So, you know, we love to think about things. You know, it seems like you're always saying on the show about how busy we all are, and that could not be, that is so true. And so thinking of things that you can do ahead what freezes? These are the sorts of Ask Vera questions we get all the time. What can freeze? What can I do ahead? I'm having people over, but I can't do it all at the last minute. So I've come up with we're going to kind of go across the board here, but corned beef is the traditional Irish, the corned beef sandwich, the Reuben sandwich, the cooking the corned beef on top of the stove.
Everybody loves that this time of year. Corned beef, brisket, all kinds of things like that.
Yes. And so, let's assume that you've made that whole corned beef and you didn't eat it all and you don't want it to turn green. So we got to come up with another way to use it. So this is a great recipe for a pate that looks wonderful on a charcuterie tray.
Now this is not a corned beef pate.
Absolutely.
It is a corned beef pate.
So you've taken that leftover, that little bitty bit that wasn't enough to make anything else or make 2 sandwiches, but just enough for this dish. And it's all done in the food processor, Natalie. It is so easy to make.
So how do you do it?
Well, it's your leftover corned beef. You're going to saute some onions and garlic. You're going to add in some mushrooms, and you can go, just button mushroom all the way up to an oyster mushroom, shiitake mushroom, whatever kind you like.
Now you're talking about cooked mushrooms, or are you talking about fresh mushrooms?
Sauteed in the pan. Once you've got those onions translucent and the garlic going, add those back in, and then everything's just getting to be dumped into the food processor. So if you want to worry about whether it's light or a little bit on the heavy side, you can lighten up with things like a lighter sour cream or a lighter cream cheese, lighter cream, half and half instead of heavy cream. But I go for the gusto on this. So I'm going to use my heavy cream. I'm going to use real butter because, you're only talking about a few bites. But this is made in a spring-form pan.
In a spring-form pan.
Like you do a cheesecake.
So after you've mixed everything up,
you put it in here and it goes in the refrigerator.
And how long do you have to refrigerate it?
Just until it's set. So the natural gelatin in the meat is going to come out. The butter is going to get hard. So all the things that you put in it are going to set again. So this can actually sit in the refrigerator for a week.
Oh,
so
wow.
you could make this on Monday and it is fine for the weekend or for Thursday for St. Patrick's Day. All right, so another idea to bring the coast into play on it would be everybody loves shrimp. So to kind of tie in the whole Irish and get that little feel going, let's do a beer battered shrimp.
A beer battered shrimp during the Irish celebration.
Would just be
Imagine that.
fantastic. And I think
Make a lot of people happy.
People shy away from the frying of anything because it's going to smell the house up. What do you do with all that oil when you're finished? So the beauty of this recipe is the batter is a very, very light tempura batter. There's some baking soda in it. When you put the beer in it with the soda, you can just see the bubbles coming up in the batter.
And it doesn't matter what kind of beer you use.
Oh, no. So don't use your best beer.
You could use a light beer also.
Absolutely, yes.
So that will even make it lighter, okay.
And then your pan is going to have barely enough oil just to have them just sitting in it. So you're really pan frying, almost like a saute or a sear,
so
because this batter coats so well on the actual shrimp. So you don't have to drop it into your fried
and
daddy.
wait for it to rise and that kind of thing. So you will actually flip these.
And so the aroma that you get with that inside is more like a crust. Like something's baking.
As opposed to that grease smell.
And then you get the same feeling when you pop it in your mouth.
Thanks, Vera, so much. It's always great to have you in my kitchen.
Well, and I hope we came up with some great ideas for folks that they can do some of these real quick coming up very soon. And all the recipes are available on our website along with many more from our show at veryvera.com.
And you can also find recipes on our website at thesouthern.com. If you're serving up an Irish feast for your St. Patrick's celebration, our friends at Coco's Dessert Bar on Wilmington Island have the perfect cocktail to offer your guests. Check it out.
We're going to be making the Lucky Leprechaun today. What you need to make that is real simple. You just need some coconut rum, some Midori, and some pineapple juice. So let's get started. You get your shaker. You're going to put 2 ounces of coconut rum in it. Ounce out to 1.5 ounces of the Midori, and then probably about 3 ounces of pineapple juice. And you're gonna shake it up. And for these kind of drinks, you really want to make sure that you shake it up really well so that the drink is ice cold, and that's what's going to make it good. All right, and here we have our Lucky Leprechaun. Nice green drink to share with your family and friends on St. Patrick's Day, and you can garnish it with a melon ball. Come and see us at Coco's Dessert Bar on 4 Wilmington Island Road, and we'll help you out.
Delicious. We're at the Port Wentworth location today to show our appreciation to them for being such a great sponsor for WSAV St. Patrick's Day festivities. Now, before you stop in at one of their many locations, be sure to download the Dunkin Donuts app. It's a great time saver. You can do a lot with it, like pay for your drinks and food. You can check out the menu to see what's new. You can even send Dunkin Donuts gifts to your friends through text or email. How convenient is that? I know I'd be happy to get the gift of Dunkin Donuts. Okay, you can get the Dunkin Donuts app on Google Play or iTunes in the App Store. Best of all, it's free. Okay, don't go away. Coming up next on the Southern Scene, another great drink recipe. This time we put an Irish twist on a Russian cocktail. Everyone will be green with envy after serving this amazing St. Patrick's Day drink. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Southern Scene on WSAV and MyLC. Today we're at the Port Wentworth Dunkin Donuts because they are the wonderful sponsor for WSAV's 2016 coverage of St. Patrick's Day. And they are so excited about it, and they have so many wonderful St. Patrick's Day specials. You can start fueling up for the St. Patrick's Day festivities now at Savannah area Dunkin Donuts with a small iced coffee for only 99 cents and 2 dozen donuts for only $12.99 total. With great specials like this, you'll be feeling the luck of the Irish all week long. From leprechauns to aliens, Savannah's GnomeCon was a huge success. The Southern Scene crew had a blast with one of its most famous celebrities. Gigi Edgley, who played Chiana on the hit sci-fi show Farscape, spent time in Savannah and was so excited to be here.
I ended up at GnomeCon. I spoke to beautiful Trish, who invited me. I was actually at a convention because I do a lot of the Comic Cons and a lot of the signings because it's a really awesome opportunity to meet people that have helped me every step of my journey. So I was at JekyllCon actually in December, and I spoke to beautiful Trish, and she invited me to GnomeCon. And I love Savannah. It's just stunning. It's probably one of the prettiest places I've ever been to. It's like a magical fairyland. I only recently heard you've got ghosts here, and I was like, don't tell me that, because I know I'm going to bring them in.
Help me.
Chiana.
They won't tell you what I've done because they're embarrassed. You wouldn't consider it a crime.
But we do, and that's enough.
I beg you.
She was a minx, and she was manipulative, and she was on the run. So that was the only description pretty much that was given to me along with the scenes. So I saw an episode before I filmed, and I saw the whole production was so stunning and so alien that I wanted to create a creature that wasn't from Earth. So all the movements and all the mannerisms and everything that came with Chiana, it came from my heart and soul. Yeah, Leslie Vanderbilt, yeah, she won, and that was amazing because she saw my audition piece, and they originally had a different design for Chiana, but she saw the audition and said, oh, this design's not going to work, so I got this whole other idea for her, so that's where the black and white sort of picture image came out of.
Can't you just let it go?
I can only let go when I feel safe.
You are safe.
Am I?
You know, we've shot it in Australia, we were sort of kept in a little bit of a bubble because I was like 23, 24, and I had no idea of the magnitude of it. It was massive. So it's very exciting to see that it's reached people all over the world, and it continues to do so, which is extremely mind-blowing and exciting. When I get random Facebook messages from Germany or India or Oslo or everywhere, it's quite extraordinary.
The Nexus technology could save countries billions.
Nexus is a baby that here it is, and it's a beautiful story about facing your fears and believing in your heart. It also involves alternate realities and fighting aliens and post-apocalyptic war scenes, which we all love. And it was an Indiegogo, and most of it was privately funded, but we needed a bit of help with post-production. So we asked for about 10 grand, I think, and we ended up getting about 15, which was great. So that's in post-production at the moment. And another beautiful project that we raised over $44,000 for is called Hashtag. That's another short film that we're going to take to Sundance and Cannes and Toronto. And then we're going to bring it back to you guys and private investors and say, this is our piece of magic that we've produced for this amount. Now let's make the full-blown feature for both stories. And I think that everyone's going to be blown away with them because I've seen rough cuts of both movies and they're just phenomenal. So it's very exciting to be working with family and friends and fans and loved ones to make beautiful pictures together and tell beautiful stories.
NomCon, what a great event. Make plans now to attend next year. Okay, let's get back on track for St. Patrick's Day. Our good friends at Coco's Dessert Bar are back with another great Irish drink recipe.
What we got here, what we're gonna make is we're gonna make an Irish mule. It's real simple, just a couple ingredients. A little Jameson, about 2 ounces of Jameson we're gonna put in here. With about 4 ounces of ginger beer, any flavor you'll like. With a little bit of lime juice. Real simple to make, real easy cocktail to make. You can make it just about anywhere. Now that's the perfect Irish mule. You can make this with your family and friends, or just come out to Coco's Dessert Bar and we'll make it for you. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Back to you, Natalie.
One of the best things about this area is there's something going on every minute of every day, and our cameras catch it all. Today we have a special treat for you. The great folks here at Dunkin Donuts let me try my hand at making the donuts. And believe me, it's not nearly as easy as you think. And that's today's scene of the day. One of the best things about Irish festivals is Irish dancing. Check out the dance troupe Slide Step. They're pretty amazing. That's going to wrap it up for us. I hope you've enjoyed watching today's show. We want to take the time to thank WSAV's St. Patrick's Day sponsor, Dunkin Donuts, for their wonderful hospitality. Today, we've been at the Port Wentworth location sampling the delicious food and beverages they have on their menu. Now remember, you can see the Southern Scene twice. That's right, weekdays and weeknights. Weekdays on WSAV at noon, and of course weeknights at 7 p.m. on MyLC. If you have a story idea for us, or say you just want to send us a message, we're easy to find. You can find us on Facebook, The Southern Scene. Also be sure to like us on Facebook. And you can go to our website, thesouthernscene.com. Remember, we love hearing from you. And as always, keep your eyes open. Our Southern Scene cameras are always out and about. And you never know when you might be seen on the Southern Scene. See you next time.